Hey everyone, so I am in my dorm. If you couldn't tell, it's a completely different setup than any other room that I was filming in. I don't know how the lighting and everything is going to work out here because I'm filming right in front of my window, but yeah, so I wanted to and I'm being kind of quiet because my roommates are here and I don't want to be really loud and stuff. But yeah, so today I'm going to be doing Back to My College series and doing my first week college vlog. And basically I'm just going to describe everything that happened my first week, from unpacking to homework, classes, all that stuff. So first, as I showed before in my moving video, which all my college series videos are going to be linked below, like hauls and packing videos and stuff like that, so that will all be linked down below. But yeah, so as a lot of you, if you watch that video, you know that I traveled 10 hours away. I drove and we had a U-Haul. So Friday morning we left fairly early, and then when we drove 10 hours and we finally got to my brother's apartment, we moved him in, and then that night we basically stayed there. We went out to dinner and stuff like that. And then Saturday at like 7 a.m. that's when I moved in. How my move-in worked is that there was a long line of cars, and finally when we get to the area where you can unpack, basically just like unloaded everything on the side of the street, and you'd want somebody to stay there. So like my mom would stay there while my dad took the car and parked somewhere else. And while that was all happening, I went to a booth and got information that I needed to fill out and my room key. After that, I then had my dad stay at the stuff, and my mom and I went up to my room and started unpacking stuff. And I was the first one there, so I got to see everything beforehand. Then my brother and my dad brought up the rest of the stuff while my mom and I unpacked my room and everything. Actually, my packing system worked really well. I had everything labeled as I showed in the video, and I knew where everything was going to go, which really helped the whole packing experience and unpacking. And that was one of my tips, was to pack to make it easy to unpack. So I definitely recommend my tips. They were really helpful in the end. And even my mom said, she's like, I was kind of skeptical, but you're really organized and everything has a place. And I was like, yes. So unpacking went really well, and orientation was soon after, but I don't recommend this, but my friend and I, we didn't go to orientation. I recommend going to orientation because you get a lot of free stuff, at least at my school. But we didn't go. Instead, I did my dorm, and then I went grocery shopping and stuff with my parents, and then they dropped me off. Then we just chilled with our roommates. Then we went out and went to a party and stuff like that, and it was fun. I only had like a welcome weekend, and Sunday, I'm trying to think. Sunday I just like kind of hung out. I went to see where all my classes were in the buildings, which I totally recommend because that really helped. And what I did was I wrote down, like, go up 2 staircases, take a right, go up 2 more staircases, take a left, and that really helped on my first day of classes. I definitely recommend going to see where your classes are in the building so you're not lost and like you have no idea where to go the first day, because colleges are confusing. Then also Sunday I got my books with my parents because they were still in town, so I wanted to get them before because I knew I needed a lot of them. So a lot of people say they wait to get their books to see what the professor says, but I got all my books, and I actually ended up returning my math book because it was $120 and you have to do it online anyway. So you can purchase your books, and most schools allow you to return after a certain amount of time. So I definitely recommend, if your parents are there, to just get that out of the way. So since I already went out and saw where my classes are, I had a general idea of where to go. I got up like an hour 15 minutes before my first class at 9:45, just because I wanted to make sure I had enough time. And now that it's been a week, I know that I can get up much later and get ready for my class. Definitely recommend on the first day having everything packed and ready to go, and just give yourself a lot of time to get ready because you don't want to be rushing on your first day and be late. My classes, I had 4 classes my first day, and all my classes were really weird the first day. So I don't know if it's just all colleges, but I got dismissed literally like 40 minutes out of a 65-minute class early, and that was because all my classes, we just basically went over the syllabus and expectations for the class, and then we could just leave. So that was really nice and a really easy day. When it came to Wednesday, because I have classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it was a long day. It was 5 classes, and I definitely recommend, if you have a lot of classes back to back, definitely bring water and a snack. That like saves me. Like, I'm literally like falling asleep in every class, and if I have some water, then I'll just wake up. So I definitely recommend having a snack and water, like regardless, even if you have 2 classes. You definitely want to stay hydrated, and you never know when you get hungry. So all my classes are pretty good. I actually found a group of like 5 or 6 people that have literally the same exact schedule as me. So we literally travel from class to class to class to class together, and that's really nice because I now have homework buddies and stuff like that. So I definitely recommend, if you see someone that's common in both your classes or whatever, to definitely exchange numbers with them, and then you'll have a buddy. Even if you don't really get along, you can sit next to them or whatever like that. Another tip that even if you're like standing for a class and waiting, asking the person next to you like, hey, what class are you waiting for? Just be like, oh, just to make sure. And then you start a conversation, and then you could end up exchanging numbers, and just so that you have someone, if you have a question on something, that you can go to them and ask them other than your professor or whatever. People. It's been an interesting week. My roommate and I, my friend, we get along really well, obviously, because we're friends, but one of my roommates kind of stays with her group of friends, but our other roommate, she hangs out with us a lot, and she's really nice, and I definitely just recommend to be nice. I mean, that's kind of common sense, but yeah, that really just helped. I mean, we're like different people, but it helped to be nice, and I feel like my roommate is listening into my conversation right now. So I definitely, with going along with adding numbers and stuff like that, like I saw that you don't want to give out your number to everybody, but definitely like people that are in your classes, I think it's totally fine to give out your number so that you do have someone to ask for help in like study sessions. And if you're bored one night, especially if you don't know anyone, that you just be like, hey, you want to go to the dining hall together or whatever. On to food. So unlike most people, I have a full kitchen in my dorm, which I'll be doing a dorm room tour very soon. My dorm's not done yet, but I will be doing a tour, and you guys can see my dorm. I might do a part 1 of my bedroom, and then a part 2 that's like my bathroom and kitchen and living room and all that stuff. So comment below if you guys want to see that, because I know on some other videos you guys wanted to see that. I don't know if you just want to see my dorm room tour or like the whole place, because in the halls I did mention things that I got for the kitchen and bathroom and stuff like that. For food, I had a 15 meal plan, and I went into college having a 15 meal plan, which is basically 15 meals a week. So I can have meals twice a day at the dining hall, and then have one day where I can have 3 meals a day. And after like the first 3 days, I realized I didn't need that at all. So since I have a kitchen, I totally took advantage of it, and I would have lunch and stuff and breakfast, obviously. Here, I recommend not to eat breakfast at the dining hall because no one even wakes up at that time anyway. But make sure that if you want to make changes, it's normally within the first week. So make sure you start those changes and like look into it, because you don't want to have 15 meals a week when you only use like 6. For the dining hall, at least my dining hall, it's pretty nice. It has a section that's like really healthy food, and that's where I tend to go for. And I know there's always unhealthy stuff like pizza and like cheese dogs and whatever, but I mean, the way I look at it is that there's like really good food that you need to like study and stuff like that, and then there's food that is just gonna make you feel like crap. So even though sometimes I do want the pizza and the chili cheese dog, I go for the vegetables and the grilled chicken and stuff like that, which I definitely recommend that if you don't want to gain the freshman 15, to definitely do that. On to not gaining the freshman 15, I've been working out at the gym. I go Tuesday, Thursdays, and I did go Saturday since I have no classes on those days. I'm also going today since it's Tuesday, and I definitely recommend fitting in the gym at least 3 times a week. I would like to go more, but I don't know, the first week I just wanted to get the hang of things. And yeah, I definitely recommend that fit in the gym, because the gym memberships are free for most colleges, so definitely fit it in and take advantage of a free membership. Even if you go for like an hour or 45 minutes, it's better than nothing, and it's definitely nice to blow off some steam from homework. Now on to homework. Like I said, I've only been in college for a week, and homework sucks. Like, I have so much, and I only have classes 3 days a week, so I definitely recommend that if you get an assignment, to start working on it, which is really hard for me to do because I basically did nothing last year. Like, I didn't really study or anything like that, just because high school was so easy. And so I definitely recommend to not procrastinate, which people say is hard, but if you can get in the habit of doing it early in the beginning of the year, then you can probably do it throughout the whole rest of the year of doing your homework like weeks before it's due. Like, I have notes that for my communication class, it's like 40 pages, I start doing 20, and then for the first class, I know they're only going to cover about 20, and then for the next class I do another 20, and I just space it out so it's not like 40 notes in one sitting, because you're not going to do that. So reading, I have like 18 chapters to read of a book, but I'm going to space it out over time so that I read about a couple of chapters every night, and that way that I can stay on top of things and not be like overwhelmed and everything. I'm trying to think what else. Basically, if you're moving to a city and you're not from a city, just watch your iPhone, because apple picking, which is where people take your iPhone, is very extreme, especially where I am. And just be with a buddy at all times. Like, that's just common sense, and regardless where you are, even if you're not in a city, it's just smart, and I don't know. But yeah, college campuses are normally pretty safe. If you guys have any more questions, I could do another vlog in a couple weeks or a week or two of an updated version of college. And if you guys want to see my dorm room tour and everything like that, please comment below and like this video. I quickly wanted to mention, even though I'm going to do these vlogs every few weeks, if you guys have specific questions on anything from like laundry to how to get along with your roommate and all that stuff, or like finding out what theme you want to do for your room, anything like that, if you want to leave a comment down below, I'll answer them throughout the year if that's something that you guys are interested in. I mean, I love college videos and I watch them all the time, so I mean, they're fun to make and fun to watch. So if you like my videos, please subscribe. And sorry this video is so quiet, I just don't want to like wake people up. My roommate's actually kind of sick, so I don't want to wake people up. And so thank you guys so much for watching, and subscribe if you want to see more of my college series videos. Have a nice day. Bye.